on the Sooner Sports Network from Learfield. Live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. This is Sooner Sports Talk, presented by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. Sooner Sports Talk is also brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And by Riverwind Casino, always a good time. This is Sooner Sports Talk. Now, here's Chris Plank and Teddy Lehman.
Yes, it is OU Texas week. This is Sooner Sports Talk. Coach Venables will join us shortly. Practice just wrapping up as Oklahoma gets set for the Red River rivalry. But while we wait on Coach, please welcome in Bud Kispert, NARIC Award winner, the star of OU Texas 24 years ago today, dude. Teddy Lehman.
So long
What's
ago.
up, buddy?
How we doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Isn't that wild? 24 years ago today was the Superman play. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, does it?
Well, sometimes, yeah, it does seem like it was that long ago, but other times it seems like it was yesterday. But, man, this is always the best week of the year, isn't it?
The absolute best week of the year. Our opening segment, as always, is brought to you by Noble McIntyre with McIntyre Law. Noble McIntyre Law, award-winning Oklahoma personal injury attorneys. Well, Coach is going to join us and we'll recap the game from Saturday and preview this matchup against Texas. But, boy, Teddy, what a dominating defensive performance from OU. Got some things done offensively, 44-0. Smooth.
Yeah, that was great. Defense was fantastic, just like you'd expect. I mean, we're used to it at this point. The defensive line, that front seven was fantastic. Couple of turnovers scored on defense, which was awesome. That was a lot of fun to see. Rotated a bunch of guys in. Got to see Eli Bowen out there getting some work. It's been a while for him. Obviously, Giovanni Gibson on offense as well. But just really good stuff, man, from the defense.
Well, that roar is,
there he is,
the head coach, the man. What's up, Coach? Brent Venables joins us as we get set for OU Texas. What's going on, Coach? How are you?
Yeah, doing great.
Didn't mean to get started without you.
Oh, all good. No worries.
We were having to do the heavy lifting last week. We needed that 10-minute monologue right out of the gate, man.
Yeah, I don't have much to say.
Hey, how'd practice go today? How's things going?
It was good. Yep. Guys were excited. You know, it's Texas weekend. Again, we've been practicing well, but our guys, they were a little
more fired up today?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a little bit. They were excited to hear the Texas fight song.
I know we've got a game to recap and a game to preview.
Yeah.
But 24 years ago today was the Superman play. On this day,
right?
24 years ago today. I was talking to
Long time.
I was talking to Coach Stoops about it this morning, and he said he missed it because he was watching Corey Heineke to make sure that he dropped to go
Got
to
underneath
flat.
number
Right,
one.
exactly.
They had Will Williams out there.
But what about some memories you have of that? Pretty special moment in this game's history.
You know, just we needed to get a stop. You know, 7-3 at the time. Yeah, 7-3, and they've got whatever it was, just under 2 minutes to go in the game. So they had 99, 98 yards to go, and we called it slam dogs at the time. This was the old signal, slam dogs. I don't really remember a whole lot about it, but Teddy was the recipient of great pressure.
That's right.
He was just kind of standing there. And
Perfect.
And was it Torrance and
Rocky was
Rocky and Roy go through the B gap, and the back picked up Roy, and actually Rocky ran under the guard, and through the B gap Roy goes and over the top, and then Teddy is he's kind of like in the general area code there, and the ball just pops right in his hands, and he gets to score the touchdown. But really
lucky
great.
I didn't drop it playing.
Oh,
hey,
gosh.
but you know
Can you
what?
imagine?
You
Buddy.
know, but we talked about complimenting, good defense.
Right.
Like R. Mason gets the strip sack, and Grayson runs in for the touchdown, and so they, it's all on the D line. Check us out. But the quarterback is looking to throw the ball. Had some quick game. It was 3rd and 5, and he's looking to throw the ball, but the coverage on the perimeter was excellent. And so he's like, nobody's open. They had 4 offensive players to that one side, and we had
He's trying to go to the swing and didn't have time.
Yeah, and just like that, he holds the ball just a little bit longer, and he's on a clock, and so that's a good pass rush is complemented by good coverage and vice versa. And so that play, Teddy does a good job of kind of sugaring weak, drawing the protection that way. And so Roy gets isolated on the back, and then Teddy's a benefactor of, Roy's amazing play.
Well, one more question on it. True, you guys told Roy not to jump, right? Wasn't that one of the final things that Coach Mike
whatever you
told
do,
him?
don't leave your feet. And the side note is, whatever you do, don't listen to your coach.
There it is.
You got to overcome your coaching right there.
Yeah. Now,
how good is that? Oh, that is so good. Pure joy. And look at Teddy. Teddy's looking for his teammates here.
Don't
you know
even
what
know.
I mean?
I wish I would have pre-thought a celebration.
You get out like a Grayson Hall day.
Mike Stoops is like, what happened? I'm like, we just scored.
I just told Roy not to jump. Good stuff.
Great memory in that. All right. Well, thanks for the look back, Coach.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything now is forward, but 44 zip. Just some overall. Let's start with Mike Hawkins. I thought he did some really nice things on Saturday.
He did. He had several drives. Again, we go our first 5 drives. We score all 5 drives, 3 field goals, 2 touchdowns, and so we really tried to peel it back where he could have done better on the drives, or the offense needed to do better. It takes everybody working together. Here's one where they send in 6-man against our 6 guys, and they've got a little pick play working there, and Mike makes a great play, and Satenya pulls it down. Here they got a little quarterback sweep play. Mike does a great job. He got a lead blocker in Jaron Kanik. Got the ball out on time, and, the perimeter run game is so critically important to every offense to really function well in the NFL and college. Those plays out here on the perimeter are like extended run game. And so you're trying to give body blows with the inside run game and then body blows with the outside run game that'll open up things like, the down the field passing game and play the cat and mouse game with the numbers in the box. Here's a little RPO. They sucked up on the run, and Caden Helms, runs a little wide pop pass down there in the red zone. Again, another timely throw, gets it out, little 3-step. They're giving some easy access throws. Here's one to Jaden Ott that you don't see it on that play, but there's some good downfield blocking that gets us in a position so we can kick the field goal. So really good perimeter blocking there. Satenya, they hit him on a runner across the middle. And he was efficient, for a guy that has played just a teeny bit in a real game. And sometime I thought he got in there and did some really good things. It takes everybody to execute at a high level. Nothing easy about executing 8 and 9 and 10 and 12 play drives. Those are not easy to do. And so we really looked at just with a microscope what we needed to do better, on those drives. We got past midfield, all 3 of those first half drives, and then they kind of stalled out. There's route detail, there's perimeter blocking issues. There's we had a little move the pocket play, and the receiver carry on. He starts drifting off where he's supposed to be to the sideline. He's supposed to actually move the other way. We run that, every day 10 times, and we hit it. And so the route detail, leads to, 3rd and 10, and then they send the blitz, and we got to get rid of the ball. We had it carry on in the first half there too for a little spot route and go that was wide open, would have been a touchdown, and Mike got a little excited. He was so wide open, much more wide open than it was in practice, that he puts it on him too quick and leads him. And so those are some basic game mechanics that he'll just get better the more he plays. But overall, we didn't turn the ball over. We scored a bunch of points. We had a bunch of short fields. The second half, I think our average starting field position was past midfield.
Wow.
And so you're not going to have the opportunity for more explosive plays. We ran the ball efficiently. We always got to be better. Our pass pros got to be better. It's everybody, no doubt about it. But overall, again, really clean, over 50% conversion rate on 3rd down, which is not easy to do, and that's right on schedule. And then he was able to score 3 touchdowns going into the game. We were 100% scoring in the red zone on the season, but there's too many times that we had to settle for field goals. And against good competition, that's going to really hurt you. So that was a big focus all week, and we got down there and we were 3 of 3 touchdowns. So we stayed at 100% red zone efficiency scoring-wise. which is one of the better ones in the country as well. So got a bunch of guys to play. We played 96 players. Awesome. I think I might have said 75 after the game. I'm not sure where I came up with that, but it was 96. And I'll blame Mike Houck for poor addition. And and again, we were really efficient, not turning the ball over, and then again complimenting each other, in the kicking game and on defense as well.
A couple of those guys we got to see first time back this season, Eli Bowen and Giovanni Gibson, which welcome back Giovanni over there on the sideline taking that shot on his first reception. What did you think of those guys?
Yeah, Giovanni got back out there and got a catch early, and I think he had 24 snaps, so that was good. It's been a long time since you put the pads on and go really, really play. And then Eli. It was quiet for him. He was in really good position most of the night. Did some really good things. But at the end of the day, it was just a win getting them back out there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. It's Brent Venables. It's Sooner Sports Talk. We got more with Coach coming up. Our opening segment, as always, is brought to you by Noble McIntyre with McIntyre Law, award-winning Oklahoma personal injury attorneys. We're live from Rudy's. Stick around. Talking OU Texas next.
Sooner Sports Talk is brought to you by Bob Moore Ford, official sponsor of the Patriot of the Game. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Riverwind Casino, it's always a good time. One Oklahoma, powered by Sooner Sports Properties, fan-fueled, athlete-focused.
Carchman to throw. Looks right. Hit. Ball's loose. Rolling around. Scooped up. Touchdown. Amazing. Grayson Holton scooped and scored. Or Mason Thomas hit Carchman. Forced the ball out. And the first turnover of the season is a
That's so good.
We were joking. We had Grayson on the field with us afterwards, and he said, I had my touchdown dance where they were cramping me. They didn't let me get my moves in there.
He wanted some space.
Hey, he wanted some space. But that's a return, right? Because our Mason had scooped and scored against LSU when Grayson forced a fumble last time.
Yeah.
Last turnover, wasn't it? That's awesome.
Hey, those guys got some rhythm, too. They can dance.
Hey, Grayson's an old tight end.
Yeah,
he played tight end in high school.
He's an athlete. Just ask him. Yeah.
This segment, by the way, is brought to you by Dos Equis. Dos Equis, the official import beer of OU Athletics. Go for Dos. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Coach, that was a very scary moment early on with Keontez Lewis. I know as a coach, as a dad, as everything that goes into that, you see it, and it's scary, but it seems like all the early returns are good so far for him, right?
Yeah. God's good. I was terrified. Just didn't look good at all. And really fortunate, all things considered, very fortunate. So he's in great spirits and, feeling much better. And just remarkably, not even a scratch.
That's wild.
I know.
Otherwise, you guys come out fairly healthy. Any other issues coming out of the game?
Yeah, no. We expect most guys back. Again, I don't know when, John Mateer will be back again. Really not anything to even talk about, just because he's on just a kind of a progression through the course of however long those injuries take to heal. And but everybody else, Jacob Sexton will still be out, and so I'm just kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah, we got the injury report on Wednesday night too, so we can rely on that.
That's pretty premature of you, actually.
I'm sorry.
Ambush.
How dare I?
Huh? That was an ambush.
Hey, I did want to say though, I love that John was over there in uniform.
Yeah.
Had the pads on, and he was involved, and not just with the huddle. He was trying to run down and celebrate with the defense.
Yeah,
he
came to me on Thursday, Coach. I'm suiting up, right? I was like all panicky. I'm like, well, I've not thought about it. You want to suit up, John? Oh, absolutely. But that's there's a lot of guys. They'd rather just stay at the house.
Yep.
They definitely don't want to suit up. They want to they're worried about what they're going to wear, having a fashion show, and and that's so not. He's the opposite of that. So had me fired up that he wanted to suit up and be with his guys.
Yeah, we got to see quite a bit of Jaden out there. That's the most work that he's gotten through a game. What do you think about his performance?
Yeah, again, I thought he got into a good little rhythm and had some good tough runs and ran with patience and good pace at times, ran through some trash. here he is getting outside on the perimeter and picks up an easy 8. And here he's inside and press the A gap there and then bounce it out and run for some good tough yards, falls for a couple more. Here he is out in space. Again, this is a really nice play to be able to get us in field goal range right there. You see the pace that he's running in. He's got again, it's been a little while since he's been in there full speed, tackling to the ground, consistently. And there is something to getting guys into a rhythm at running back. Getting into the rhythm is a very real thing, both run and pass. And so I thought it was definitely great to have him out there and doing some really good positive things, gaining some confidence from that. Here, again, a nice job. You see him, he's got a knack for falling forward, all the time, like the good ones do.
And I think if there's something I've learned from sitting here with you every week, as fans, we're like, oh, the running back's got to be better. Well, there's a lot of pieces that go into making the running game as explosive as you want it. You need your offensive line to be good. You need your running backs to be good. You need your wide receivers blocking to be good. It's more than just a running back anyway.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And that's receiving the ball. That's, blocking, pass pro. That's certainly carrying the different style of runs and things of that nature. And everybody plays a part. There might be RPOs that the receiver's got to do a good job. If the stack defender, gets a little nosy, you can throw it in over his head, and because you're not going to get positive runs a lot of times in those situations. They're blitzing everybody. You can throw it in behind them, and so there's route detail and things like that all play a part too.
Well, special teams functioning like a well-oiled machine right now, and I don't know what the metrics say, but you guys got to be climbing the charts pretty good. Like kickoff coverage, you guys got to be one of the best in the country right now with all the plays inside the 20, obviously punt, field goal. It's all rolling pretty good right now.
Yeah, efficiency. We went from our first game because of we dropped a punt and then we ran into the kicker, ran into the punter. So we took some shots there. We weren't very good, but we've moved all the way up to top 10 in the country, total special teams efficiency. So we set an all-time record in the last 4 years as far as the hidden yardage this last week. And I've been bragging on Isaiah Sategna for really since he signed. And we had a chance to evaluate him during the course of winter conditioning, the spring ball, the summer, fall camp. And I've challenged the special teams. I'm like, this is one of the best ones in all of college football. You guys will see this guy's an absolute weapon, on punt returns. And if we do a good job of straining and playing with leverage, fighting for him and letting him go north and south, we'll be one of the best punt return teams in all of college football. And the offense will benefit, the defense will benefit. But I love the strain that our guys are playing with. We still had too many penalties on special teams, but we got a lot of young players that are playing their butts off. Here he is catching a runner on an RPO. He's very consistent. Again, everything I've been saying about him, I know he's just a receiver from Arkansas, so surely he can't be any good. And but all he does is make plays. He plays tough. He gets vertical after catching the ball underneath. He can catch them on runners, and he's got tremendous stamina. It's not easy catching them. We make people punt a lot.
Yes.
And then he's a starting receiver too, so he's got tremendous strength and stamina. Just a tough guy. Plays a lot bigger than he is in stature, and a wonderful teammate. I mean, he doesn't say boo, except he smiles and he just celebrates, success with the teammates. Very easy to coach. We really got a great one, in Isaiah.
He's a great guy to talk to, too, in our post-game interviews. Teddy, you had brought up just the effectiveness of having a punter like Grayson Miller has become. That field possession game.
It's huge.
It's been huge. He's got a nice little sand wedge, too, when that thing hits and kind of spins there on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
What a find that guy's been.
Yeah. How'd you see Coach Chavis beating him up?
Yeah.
He literally assaulted him right there after he put the ball on the 1. He was fired up because he knows, what's in, front for the defense. Put the ball on the 1 yard line. Offenses are terrified coming off their own goal line and they just don't want to. They just want to punt. If they could punt, they would. But again, it's a great 3, 4. 5.
Concussion protocol.
5 blows to the head. Welcome to the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
Hey, and then since we're on special teams, just in our final minute here, Tate Sandell, you've told us about his range.
Yeah.
You've warned us about this. I get a kick out of him. I don't know what his accent is. He's got this kind of,
Country.
Country?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's country. But 55 into the wind. And then I asked him, like, dude, I don't see you kick too much over the sidelines. And he's like, listen, if I need to go over there to get myself mentally prepared, I'm not ready to go out there. I like this kid a lot.
Yeah. No, he smashes it from 60+ all the time in practice. So he's got a huge leg. And, again, he's a tough kid. He's got a great disposition, so everybody's very endeared to him. Shows up every day. He went through a little period where he was missing some, and man, he just kept showing back up. And he's edgy, and again, his backup is Austin Welch has been really good as well. They really battled it out. And Austin had to have his appendix taken out during the spring, so he was a little inconsistent. But man, he's been fantastic here all of fall camp and the first part of the season too.
All right, let's preview Saturday. Coming up next, it's the Sooner Sports Talk with Brent Venables. More live from Rudy's next. Stick around.
Sooner Sports Talk is brought to you by OU Fan Shop. The best place to gear up for game day is shop.soonersports.com. Sooner Kids Club. Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Kids Club presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Devon Energy. Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality.
Satania sent in motion. There's the snap. Hawkins blitzes on. Has a pocket. Now he's surrounded. Escapes out the right. Flings it downfield. He's got Satania behind the defense. Caught it. Touchdown. Wow. He had 2 golden flashes tugging at his uniform, and somehow he got rid of the football, threw it 35 yards downfield into the waiting arms of Isaiah Satania.
What a play.
That's how
Big
you
time
draw
play.
it up.
That's right.
Double A gap. Look, we're hoping for a double A gap, and we missed the block in there. Let him come in there and grab Mike around the waist, and then Mike, you stand strong and throw it up.
Yeah, Satania's down there somewhere. He'll go make
There's
the
got to
play.
be something go wrong on a highlight play.
That's
right.
right.
You're always picking up the pieces somewhere.
Hey, this segment of the Coach Venables is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Always a good time. All right, Coach, OU Tech this week. We'll head down to Dallas on Friday. Get ready for one of the greatest traditions, if not the greatest, in all of sports. Never gets old, does it?
It doesn't. No, it's awfully exciting, and just the passion, the energy, the intensity, all the pageantry that goes. Certainly the history. It's an honor to be a part of. Something that's been around, been kind of a hallmark of college football for such a long time, and it means the game means so much to so many people.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and Texas, like always, going to have a really talented football team. What do you think is the strength of that squad?
Well, I mean, I think their strength is in numbers, the depth of their roster, what they've recruited to, both out of high school, which they've gotten, the best of the best in high school. Arch coming out was the top quarterback in the country, and again, they've gone out and they've gotten the top players in the portal, and they've recruited, some of the best players at every position on both sides of the ball. So they've got tremendous resources and great roster. Coach Sark and got his staff there. They've done a wonderful job, since he's been there and reestablishing their program, doing a great job, and being a playoff team last year. And so again, we've got a great challenge. And really, again, this is everything's about us just trying to get better. We need to be better and about everywhere. And just being better at the basics, for 4 quarters on Saturday afternoon. That's kind of where the focus is. We know there's lots of metrics that go into, if at the end of the game you're on the plus side of this, you have a great chance to win. So whether that's explosive plays, that's the rushing battle, certainly there's turnovers, so emphasizing the things that we need to do to be on the right side of those things, in this matchup. But they're very aggressive offensively. That's a style of Coach Sark. They do a wonderful job, in both their run game presentations, all their play actions, They do a lot of, cross country deep, overs and forks. They're wonderful, probably as good as anybody in college football in their screen game to their tight ends, to their backs, to the receivers, and then all of the trickery and the deception, pre-snap. There's tons of eye candy and motions and shifts and trades, and they force you to defend every patch of grass, and they've got explosive playmakers everywhere. And then defensively, several years ago when Coach Peterson was the head coach out at Boise State, the defensive coordinator that's now at Boise was his defensive coordinator, Pete Kwiatkowski. One of the best in college football. What he's been able to do there is I'm not surprised at all. We went out and spent a few days with them a couple of decades ago, and we knew right then, man, these guys he's the real deal. And so he's done a great job too. They have good players. They put them in great position, in all of their structures and coverage and pressure. And so they're right behind us and right there with us in so many of those metrics. And then his special teams coordinator, hired him from Alabama, and he's been, Coach Banks has been one of the best. He's won several national championships and knows what it looks like. And so again, it's a great, always is. It's emotional challenge. You don't want to let your emotions be hijacked in the moment, where you're not able to execute and have the detail that you need so that you can have an opportunity to go out and execute at a high level and do your job at an elite level. So, but I'm excited for our players and our coaches, and it doesn't. We have some new coaches. We have several new players, obviously, 30% of the roster, high school, and some transfers. So they don't know what they don't know, but they're in for a nice treat. And I've said this, it's like it's every bit, if not more intense, the environment than a national championship game. I know there's different things at stake. Trust me, I've been there a lot. And but there's not the corporate, piece that that overwhelms the stadium.
Not in like the mall stadium inside.
Exactly. And so, and again, the pageantry of coming into the fairgrounds and things like that. So
I still think the coolest thing is one half of the field, you got a quarterback cupping his ears and he's yelling. Then you get that other half and it's like, all right. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still loud. That whole stadium's still loud regardless.
Yeah, you remember a couple of years ago in 23, and we get down there and they get the ball first and goal inside the 3 or something, and was Texas end.
Yeah.
And but we're standing on the sideline at Texas end, and it is still so you couldn't hardly hear to communicate.
It's almost like it travels from the other end like a wall or something.
Yeah. So, but I love the passion, both fan bases, and they love their team and they hate the other side with every fiber in their body, and it's electric and it's really cool.
Now, this look at Texas and our upcoming Sooner opponent is brought to you by One Oklahoma. One Oklahoma, powered by Sooner Sports Properties, fan field, athlete focused. One note, you mentioned all the, trickeration or the movement and all the things they do. Film study, experience, what's the key for your guys to eye discipline? I know it's a word Teddy uses a lot.
You got to have discipline, and it's about whooping the dude in front of you too. Don't sell that short.
Right.
About everybody. This is a game of matchups, and this is a game of winning your matchup and doing your job at a high level. If it's on the call sheet, there's an expectation you're going to execute at a high level. And but yeah, you got to play with great awareness, and certainly again the discipline that it takes to win. You're not going to just get lucky and win. Is there going to be some luck? Yeah, but that's not a good strategy. So. Playing with discipline for 60 minutes is what it's about, no doubt. Always has been.
Yeah, and this game, it's every game, but particularly this one, it feels like turnovers tell the story almost always. Like there's a defense scores or just the momentum swings, maybe an explosive play, a block punt or something like that. Yeah. Those are always a huge factor.
Look, it was 34-30, and I think maybe with, somewhere midway through the fourth quarter, it was, give or take, it was 23-17 or something like that. And they had scored on a block punt for a touchdown and had a fake punt on us. And then we had another kicking game issue where we had a reverse that we took out the close to midfield that we had to bring all the way back where we're inside our own 15. And, to create some short fields. And so fortunately for us, we were able to force some turnovers in that game. And at the end of the day, I think we went down with a little over a minute to go in the game with no timeouts, go down and score to pull back ahead with 27 to 30 at that time to win 34-30. So that's when we had, again, a healthy roster, so to speak. Had our guys available to play, and it always is. The turnovers, the big moments, the emotion of the big plays in the stadium, it can really turn. But hey, look, man, it's going to be just keep throwing haymakers, keep striking, and hopefully when it's all said and done, you're on the right side of it.
I like it. And whoop the guy in front of you.
Yeah.
Whoop the guy in
front
of you.
Don't, again, overcomplicate it.
This segment's been brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Always a good time. It's Sooner Sports Talk with Brent Venables, live from Rudy's. One more segment with Coach, and we'll wrap it up and get ready for the Red River Rivalry next.
Thank you to our cornerstone television partners, OU Health, OG&E, Fowler Auto Group, and Coca-Cola. Sooner Sports Talk is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. OU's 2025 football games are available on Ritmo 96.5 FM in Oklahoma City and 101.5 FM El Patron in Tulsa, as well as on these stations' websites. Each OU Spanish broadcast will feature a 30-minute pregame show and a 15-minute postgame show.
Cardsman, delayed hand. Nope, he's going to throw a slant pattern. It's intercepted. Intercepted. Jaden Hardy. Uh-oh, they opened the turnover valve, Ted, and here they come.
Hey, how clean are those uniforms?
I love them.
Aren't those clean?
I love them.
Man, the one year we wore them and we had everybody wear black shoes.
Mm-hmm. And I saw Kip and Kobe had black shoes on out there. In my opinion, that's the best look with the black.
That's the look when you played, right? That you went with? Yeah. I love those. I love those uniforms.
I remember Coach Stoops was like, I like the black cleats. Let's just wear those the rest of the year.
Who said that?
Coach Stoops, yeah.
Well, and it was a cool day because that's a tip of the cap to the Bud Wilkinson era. And the 85 team was there. I got to talk to Boz, and obviously he had great things to say about Boz. But it's a tip of the cap to the tradition and the great history of OU football, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that was awesome to have all those guys back and be able to, recognize them and celebrate, what an amazing time that was to be a Sooner. But how about those guys right there, like that interception, Kendall Dolby. He was our 12th man. He got the 12th man award today. And I think he had like 6 tackles and all these disruptive statistics to go with him. He had some tackles for loss. He had PBU, and of course he had a caused interception right there. He hits that ball in the blitz.
That was a great catch by Jaden Hardy too.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic catch. But yeah, it came right to him. But Kendall's really been he's really come on this last week or so.
This segment is brought to you by Mercy. Mercy, your life is our life's work. The simple things wow me every now and then, Coach.
Hey, simple's hard.
Simple's hard. Hey, speaking of simple, David Stone's making it look pretty simple. I feel like this is our 6th show of the year, and I feel like every show it's like, hey, Zero's starting to show up. First career start, 6 tackles, and just living in the backfield.
Yeah. Oh, again, I know sometimes it's reported, sometimes it isn't, but I've been bragging on him for a long time, saying since January he's just the buy stock in David Stone. I'd still buy it now. It's a lot higher now than it was 2 months ago, but I'd buy a lot of stock in him and just his disposition, his humility, his work, his toughness. He's just got great natural power, really good quickness. He's super heavy-handed. He's hard to knock off his feet. Even when he's wrong, he's always right. And he just has the ability to do that, He's very hard to block one-on-one. And he's just now kind of getting into a confident space. And but he's up at the stadium right now. Practice got over an hour ago, and he's up there right now with his food, sitting right next to Coach Bates. And hey, what do I need to do better? Break down my tape for me. And just the hunger. He's very hungry. He's a reflection of kind of what, I said about our team. The hungry team is dangerous. Because when you're hungry, man, you're coming to work. When you're hungry, you're not satisfied. When you're hungry, man, you know there's all kinds of spaces to get better at. And he's a leader in that.
Yeah, and without Jaden Jackson and Dominic Williams playing, got to see some other guys in there. Looked like Marcus Strong had a pretty nice day.
Yeah, he did some good stuff. There's some similarities between him and David's game. Big, strong, powerful, athletic guy. And really like Marcus's disposition as well. And so he's got really natural power, heavy hands. He's got good instincts for the game. And so even if he's not quite where, everything's not perfect with his footwork or his pad level or his movement or his eyes, he still makes plays. He's a very disruptive player.
All right, we got our Rudy's question. This one is from Chris in Noble, and he wants to know, are there any be ready for the environment conversations that you have with your coaches? You mentioned Nate, Wes, Coach Buck. Ben Arbuckle's never been in this. Do you have anything with them?
Yeah. I mean, you sit there, hey, man, pull it up. You can go right to YouTube and have all of your big screens in there and say, oh, check this out. Oh, watch this. You remember all these different moments. But
right.
What you see is, the ramp, the walk, when you pregame, you have all this stuff videotaped so that you can educate and, cool. Big plays and, sometimes you maybe pregame and, every once in a while the opposite teams, the opponent, they kind of bang into each other a little bit, get into their part of the field.
Logistically, it's not the best setup.
Perfectly placed.
The locker rooms are right across from each other and walk down the same tunnel, and usually at times where both teams come out at the same time.
Yeah, and then you always got to show them where the spot is, where you put the fake script, where you leave it for the opponent. This is where the X marks the spot.
Were you aware of that before it happened? Did you know that they were going to do that back there with Leach?
Yeah,
That's so funny.
within 30 seconds. And so we were kind of watching. I'm like, oh my God, the guy thinks it's real.
He's the best.
I would think it's real too.
Sure.
Sure.
So.
That's great.
Well, hey, thanks for the question, Chris. And remember,
at first I was like, wait a minute, you spent time making a fake script? Like, who does that?
And he doesn't even have a script, does he?
To get the script done, let alone write a fake script, and you got to write your other one.
Mike Leach have a play sheet
or something.
Play sheet like this.
And we still lost the game. So nice strategy.
Remember, for the best in real Texas barbecue, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. We got about a minute and a half left, so I did just want to get this. We've talked a lot about the history and tradition. You're a fan of the neutral site? You never want to see it leave the Cotton Bowl? Are you loving the tradition of this thing?
I mean, I can't see it anywhere else. I only know one, that's the appropriate place. If somewhere down the road they said they were going to do different, I'd like to give me some popcorn and watch everything that goes on behind the scenes to get that to happen. But I don't think it gets any better. Recruits are very aware of it. Everybody that loves college football is very aware of it. And even over the last several years, I think that the branding of the game has only been enhanced, and it's always been at the top of the food chain, but it's only better than it's ever been.
No, we played them in the Big 12 championship in Jerry's world, and
that looked weird.
It was.
Yeah.
It's college football is totally different, and that's why people love it. So whenever you pluck it out of that environment and put it in the other, it's still good. It's always going to be good, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, right.
It was nice with air conditioning, though. So hydrate up. Hydrate up this weekend. Coach, best of luck, buddy.
Appreciate you.
We love it that you get out here and hang with us at Rudy's.
Sooner. Let's go.
Ted and I'll come back and wrap it up. Thanks to Coach Venables for joining us live at Rudy's. Stick around.
We want to thank all of our Sooner Radio Network affiliates across the state and region. Fans can check out Soonersports.com for an affiliate in your area. And if you're traveling outside the state of Oklahoma, you can listen to all the action on either SiriusXM Radio or download the Varsity Network app and listen free. The Sooner Sports Podcast is your all-access audio pass to Sooner Sports. Listen as Toby Rowland and Chris Plank talk all things Sooners. Log on to Soonersports.com/podcast or search Sooner Sports Podcast in your favorite podcast provider. The Sooner Sports Podcast is presented by Allstate and Riverwind Casino.
– 55-yard try. The kick has plenty of distance, and it is good. From 55, with plenty of room to spare, Tate Sandell. Wow.
Love that kid, man. Love that kid. What a season he's having so far. Hey, our final segment before OU Texas week literally just flies by. Next thing you know, we'll be in Dallas on Saturday. This final segment is brought to you by your local Sonic. Live free, eat Sonic. We mentioned it. This man next to us has created quite a few great Red River rivalry moments, including one of the greats 24 years ago today was the Superman play. But, Ted, what's it like being in that environment, being in that moment?
It's awesome. It is, you can't we were talking with Coach about it, trying to explain to, the new players and, new coaches. You can't really put it into words until you're there. It's the momentum swings, I think, is what is the coolest thing about it is, it never stops. There's a constant roar. Every time a play happens, something crazy's going on. So it's just a lot of fun. It's hotter than hell, though. That's the problem. I don't know if it's because it's in the middle of the concrete out there or what, but it'll be like, oh, it's supposed to be 88 today.
Okay.
It don't feel like 88.
Like 188.
Yeah.
Down there on the field. You had 2 picks in OU Texas?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we were watching one of them right there. And then real quick in a final minute, I know on the huddle, Gabe had talked about how impressed he's been with Texas's defense. We know offensively they're going to take some shots. They're going to try to get Guillory out there one-on-one with Wingo and see what can happen.
Yeah, and, you look at how things have – the running game has not been strong for them, which is, rare for Texas. That's what they've kind of hung their hat on since Sark's been there. But, they lost 4 offensive linemen to the NFL from a year ago, so there's a transition going on. You're going to have to stop the run, and then you're not done because they got skill position players everywhere. And Arch, despite what everyone says, if you give him a pocket to throw, he can turn your lights out pretty quick.
Yeah, he can still spin it, man. Can't wait, buddy. Great job tonight, Teddy.
Good stuff.
Great job, Drake Dykin. Craig, our producer, back in the Sooner Vision studios. Awesome. Thanks to Brent Venables, and most importantly, thanks to you guys for being out here. Enjoy OU Texas. And until next week, Boomer Sooner, everybody. Enjoy the game.
Sooner Sports Talk has been brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue, and by Riverwind Casino. Good times, great rewards. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Sooner Sports Network.